Good morning, Collective and Soul Tribe. Happy Friday. Whoop, 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 whoop. AKA Freedom Friday. Okay, AKA Fri-yay. Now, today is Friday. We made it to the end of this week, okay? And today's the 27th, okay, guys? So, again, it is literally almost like the last day of February. Tomorrow's the last day of February. All right, guys. So there could be certain things that you guys could be wanting to know when it comes to, getting closer to the end of this month. Okay, next week we're starting out a new week, meaning Sunday. Okay, so, let's see what you guys might need to know, even though today's Friday. I'm thinking about doing like a forecast kind of energy when it comes to the first week of March and like what you guys could be needing for the first week of March. Even though I do the messages daily, I still want to kind of get an idea like what you guys could be expecting or the energy that you guys could be feeling when it comes to shifts, things like that, right? So let's jump into it, okay, guys? Right now the time is 9:26 a.m. Okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? What do they need to know at this time, please and thank you? What does the collective need to know for February 27th? What can you tell the collective at this time, please, Spirit? Okay, so for some of you guys, okay, with the number 8, there's talking about, for some of you guys, with the 8 of Cups. Now, 8 of Cups could be significant. 8th house, 8th house could be significant, okay, or even angel number 888. Now, when it comes to like your power and where you guys are going at this time and how you're showing up, in general, okay, this is like a cause and effect type of energy. When you look at the 8th house, this talks about death and transformations, right? But not only that, it talks about rebirth. It talks about certain things like money, so debt could be very significant, releasing and letting go of debt, mortgages and loans, okay, inheritance could be very significant when it comes to, change, right? And also when it comes to certain dangers, right? Or even not even just that, intimacy, okay? Intimacy, mystery, that kind of stuff, right? Some of you guys may have like a mystery about you, even if you're not trying to, right? So there's something about, there's a mystery about you, but it's not because you guys are trying to be mysterious or, have a mystery about you. That's just the way that your blueprint is made up, okay? But there's this feeling of you guys walking away and letting go, right? Leaving something behind that no longer serves you. This is about embracing change when it comes to you guys being, encouraged, okay, to having more optimism or being optimistic, okay? Whatever this is, it's about you walking away when it comes to the 5 of Swords. This could be about past energy when it comes to stress, disputes, okay, bullying, intimidation, conflict, things like that, okay? Now, Venus in Aquarius is very significant because, with Venus in Aquarius, this talks about basically what we love, right? What we love, what brings us pleasure, that kind of stuff, okay? And there's something about other people's energy right now that could be very significant, especially when it comes to Aquarius energy, okay? Aquarius energy talks about being detached or, even if it's not being detached, there's something about innovations, right? Either new innovations, social media could be very significant, and astrology, right? But whatever this energy is, there's something about you doing something that you like to do. Minding your business could be very significant because some of you guys could be moving away from very hostile environments or hostile energy or toxic energy, right? So anything to do with like gossiping or anything like that, you try your best to stay away from that. But if somebody's coming in with information, okay, or giving you information, then, that's a little bit different because it's almost like the universe is kind of hinting to somebody, hey, you were right this entire time, okay? There's nothing for you to prove. Keep continuing on the path that you're continuing on and keep minding your business, okay? Because whatever this energy is of you guys walking away, this is about, you know, people who have hostile energy, who bring stress to your energy, who try to intimidate your energy. But there's something about you walking away and also standing up for yourself. Okay, so again, change is very significant when it comes to, you know, conflict and things of that matter, right? You choose your battles wisely when it comes to your energy. So yeah, we have here both the King and Queen of Swords, okay? There's something about you choosing your battles wisely. Now, when it comes to this energy, this could be someone who has Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, okay? Whether this is masculine or feminine, they could be both feminine and have a masculine energy, or vice versa, or they could be also masculine with a feminine energy as well, okay? But with the number 14 and 13, especially when it comes to reason and authority, okay, and being honest and independent, right now, there's something about communication where you're showing up as somebody who has a lot of authority, a lot of intellect, and there's something about you guys receiving justice because of the decisions that you made with logic and reason. Now, I talk about not everything being logical, okay? Sometimes you have to, you know, tap in with your emotions as well. But there's this energy of somebody being emotional, okay, and switching off the emotional switch when it comes to Venus and Aquarius energy and being detached, protecting your energy and making sure that you're protecting yourself when it comes to other people's energies, okay? Evil eye is very significant, okay? Other people trying to cause, you know, unnecessary drama or stress or, you know, project, right? Whatever issues they have going on. So for some of you, when it comes to King of Swords and Queen of Swords, you could have been around a lot of people's energy where they may have thought that they were the one who had authority, okay? Or they were the ones that were honest, or, you know, they think that they know everything because of either age, okay, or because of their experiences when it comes to, you know, them being able to afford certain things, where some of you guys, it may not even about being able to afford anything. For some of you guys, you learned a lot of things through your experiences because of the challenges and obstacles that were put your way, not because you were trying to be in these obstacles or challenges, but because of other people's energy. And there's something about learning about pattern recognition and seeing things when it comes to people, places, and things. It's like, you can love your friends, you can love your family, you can love people around you, but if they're making your mental well-being, you know, unstable, or your nervous system unstable, it's almost like, why would I want to be in an environment like that? Or why would I want to, you know, entertain something like that? With the number 14 and 13, also, this is about transformations, right? And also, this is about foundation shifts, okay? Freedom within your structures, but also, you know, being able to shift your foundation when it comes to conscious change, or even when it comes to, you know, truthful foundations, right? Even when it comes to redefining stability for you and what you think stability might mean is also significant. When you look at this, it's angel number 5, and also angel number 4, because 1 and 3 equals 4. This talks about stability and change, right? There's something about you bringing reason and authority, whether people around you think that they have more authority than you. In actuality, it doesn't matter what age you are. By spirit, you actually have more authority than other people, whether they like it or not. So there's something about your energy or your aura where you command or you demand respect. Doesn't matter what walk of life it is, you demand respect, okay? And there's something about receiving justice for some of you guys because you guys walked away from this conflict so that you guys can focus on your own clarity, okay? Your own leadership and authority, okay? And that could be very significant at this time, okay? Your perspective is also very significant. So you're able to communicate clearly, okay, when it comes to giving clarity and wisdom, or there's something about when you receive clarity and wisdom, you're also able to share that information with other people. Okay, so again, communication, whether this is writing, reading, talking, okay, could be very significant. And also when it comes to Libra and Aquarius energy, there is something about receiving justice, okay, for the decisions that you guys made. Anything that was done in the past, it's almost like things are being regurgitated and coming right back full circle. And that could be also confirmation for someone as well. Yeah, we have here Ace of Swords. Okay, so again, like I said, when it comes to your energy, when it comes to clarity, Ace of Swords is very significant. There's something about receiving some type of breakthrough, or there's something about an idea. Again, communication is very significant. You guys are moving into a newer beginning with the number 1. Okay, 1 talks about independence, individuality, new beginnings. Okay, this is about even your first impressions, how you show up, okay, to other people, and also how you view the world and how you approach the world could be a very different, unique way. Okay, so the Lovers is very significant. Some of you guys, when it comes to collaborations, okay, this is about, you know, basically going into union or joining forces with somebody else. Now, this could be partnership within the universe. Okay, this could be the relationships that you guys have that maybe you guys could be walking away from, because again, like I said, if there's anything to do with conflict, disputes, hostility, anything like that, intimidation, you're walking away from what no longer serves you. And even when it comes to like romantic situations, whether this is friendship or not, there's something about connecting. Okay, Venus energy talks about what we attract. Okay, so there's something about, you know, connections, new connections. Okay, even unions could be very significant, even if it's a past person. This is not somebody who did something to the collective to be spiteful or hateful. Okay, you can tell when somebody's being spiteful and hateful in your energy, and then you can also tell when somebody is also, you know, trying to check on the collective and make sure that you are mentally and physically okay. Okay, so the Lovers is very significant. Gemini energy, okay, choosing love and harmony instead of conflict. Okay, so choosing balance. Okay, when it comes to choices, communication, like I said, is very significant, but there is something about collaborations that's very significant too. Okay, for some of you guys are walking away. Okay, like I said, moving towards calmer waters when it comes to moving on. So again, when it comes to your energy of walking away and leaving something behind to search for your own truth, there's something about you guys being able to move forward with ease and grace. Okay, traveling could be very significant. Some of you guys are going through a transition. Okay, communication in Aquarius as well could be very significant. Now, this could be about, like I said, Aquarius energy could be about being, you know, detached, or, you know, learning to focus on yourself. So with the number 6, right, 6th house talks about, you know, your health, your your wellness. Okay. Excuse me, even when it comes to like your daily routines, okay, co-workers, work habits, organization, servicing to other people. Some of you guys could be wanting to work in the health and wellness business, or even fitness is very significant, but there's something about changing your daily routines and doing things that you love to do, especially if there's something about you thinking about a situation when it comes to your integrity. Okay, even when it comes to like your morality, there's just some things that you guys could be seeing when it comes to the energy. Sorry, but my throat chakra, like someone doesn't want me to tell you the message, and I'm still going to tell you the message, okay? And that is crazy, because all my other videos that I do, my throat chakra is fine. Now all of a sudden it's like there's a blockage. Okay, so there's something about someone not communicating something. Either I'm picking up on this person's energy who has Mercury in Aquarius, or there's something about Aquarius placements, but there's something about moving on, okay? With the 6 of Swords, you're going to get this message. You're trying to move on to something bigger and better because you guys are working on your skills and talents with the number 6. There's something about either with the 6th house, like I said, if this is about health and wellness, fitness, some of you guys could be wanting to work in the health and wellness business or fitness business. Okay, there's something about someone being very organized as well when it comes to the service that they provide. Okay, so with the 8th house, right, this is about death and transformations, angel number 888. So if this is about family, when it comes to like, you know, 666, you guys are moving away from family, or you guys are building your own family when it comes to health and wellness or fitness, or just being very organized when it comes to your work habits. Okay, but the number 8 talks about your power, right? Being able to manifest, being able to achieve new things, right? Being an authoritative, you know, type of energy. Okay, so this is about your skills, your talents, okay, your craftsmanship. Okay, some of you guys could have a lot of high standards, but whatever these high standards are, there's something about your dedication and you accomplishing new things, right? So again, you guys are being committed at this time when it comes to you guys mastering your skills, okay? There's like honing your skills, being able to use your skills for, you know, for the betterment. Yeah, the devil, right? So there's something about you using your skills or working on your skills and talents with the number 15. There's something about real healing relationships. So again, when it comes to healing relationships and the devil, there's something about you guys releasing and breaking yourself from certain chains. Okay, this could be unhealthy chains. This could be, you know, like I said, people, places, and things. Okay, with the Capricorn energy. So again, even if it's not like addiction, again, addiction to finances could be very significant when it comes to like greed and money. Okay, and some of you guys are releasing the chains when it comes to that. Okay, even when it comes to like materialism and things of that matter, it's almost like you guys are breaking the chains and receiving clarity that you would rather do something that fulfills your heart and dreams than to do something because of what? The love of money? You know, like, not all money is good money, okay? And not all opportunities that you get and receive are good for you either, okay? For some of you guys would rather start your own business or be an entrepreneur or literally work from the ground up with whatever resources that you have before you go back into those systems where, you know, people are trying to control you or people are trying to tell you how to live your life. And not only that, it's like even certain corporations or business, okay, there's something about learning to have a balance. So it's very interesting that, you know, corporations will tell the collective, like say you worked in a, you know, in an office, or like I said, you guys could have worked with other people, lived with other people, or whatever the case is, the message can still relay. But there's something about like being in an environment where, say there is somebody of an authoritative figure or somebody who is over you, there's something about, you know, the energy when it comes to you being able to see certain systems, understand certain systems, and move away from that. So they'll say to you like, you know, we're a family, okay? Bullcrap, okay? That's bullcrap. Anybody who claims that their company is like a family, that's bullcrap. Okay, some companies are like that. They are very hard to find. Trust and believe me, they are out there. But trust and believe me, they are also hard to find as well. Okay, so if people say, oh yeah, we're like a family, bullcrap. It's because people want to know your business. They want to know everything about you. You know, because they can't control their family at home, they think they can control you guys, okay, when they're at work or wherever the environment is. And there's something about your energy where you can catch it, you can see it. Okay, you can call BS on a lot of crap that you see, okay? And that can be anywhere, okay? You have discernment basically. So you can see when systems are not going to make the best decisions. You can even see when systems are not going to last long. Okay, and it's because of your energy. Like if you were putting that energy to help heal the environment or help heal certain things and they allow toxic behavior or toxic, you know, energy or whatever the case is, it's going to crumble. Things are going to fall apart. Not because you want it to fall apart, but it's going to fall apart because that's not meant to be in that environment. Even when it comes to money as well, right? Like I said, you guys are releasing the chains when it comes to money. Okay, so even when it comes to unhealthy work environments too, there's also something about we're family, but then when you take vacation or when you take time off or when you need, you know, something to do, it's almost like everybody wants to know, what did you do? Why did you do it? Or, you know, you end up going on vacation and coming back and all the work is left for you to do. That's not a family. That's not a teamwork. That's toxicity. That's making it seem like an environment is something that it's not. And then you wonder why people's nervous systems are shot at this point, because corporations would rather work their workers down into the ground, whether this is in, you know, in any environment. Even family members would rather watch their family members go down into the ground rather than seeing them win. Right? And there's something about, even when it comes to living with other people too, having to deal with their responsibilities. So even when it comes to like dealing with money and rent and things like that, there could be situations where people are trying to force their responsibilities onto you when you're trying to move away from these systems, okay, people, places, and things. So yeah, Hierophant energy when it comes to traditions, okay, social groups, okay, this is about, education, knowledge, and beliefs, okay. Angel number 555 when it comes to learning new things and communication is very significant. Even when it comes to religion, okay, some of you guys could be seeing certain things about certain religions and traditions, and you guys are honoring your own spiritual path and traditions at this point. Okay, throat chakra energy talks about, you learning and communicating, whether this is with your higher self or with source, okay? Yeah, the Tower. There's something about trauma, sudden change. So for some of you guys who are teachers or have like that throat chakra energy, with the number 16, this is about spiritual lessons and breaking illusions. Some of you guys are breaking illusions when it comes to the Tower. With the number 7, 1 and 6 equals 7, you guys are moving into spirituality, right? And spirituality doesn't mean that we're perfect, okay? I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm not perfect, okay? But I try to better myself every single day when it comes to my highest self. Now, when it comes to my blueprint and my chart, in a professional business, I'm not going to curse, swear and do certain things, obviously, because this is my business, right? But when I'm with people that I know, I may cuss a little. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be my authentic self. I'm going to be who I am and how the universe made me. So if you don't like that, when you and I are in a personal or intimate, setting, how I express myself, maybe I might cuss a little, I might joke a little, I might have some, a little dark humor. Okay. There's certain things about me too, where, not everyone's going to understand me. Not everyone's going to understand why I am the way that I am. And that's okay. I can understand everybody, right? Whether they like me or not, I can understand everybody as well. So same with you guys. Whether people like you or not, you have a very good understanding when it comes to inner knowing and going into reflection and receiving clarity. Not everybody is gifted like that. Not everyone has that gift of gab. You know what I mean? So for some of you guys, there's something about you, and your energy when it comes to your being grounded. Okay, Queen of Pentacles energy when it comes to you. You're somebody who's homebody, good business sense. Okay, you're very comforting and welcoming. So again, just because you're somebody who, say you party and go out, you may have a good time, you may do your own thing. Just because you do that does not mean that you're not spiritually aware. You could be very spiritually aware and still do these things. Just because you're spiritually aware doesn't mean you can't have fun, okay? Like, it doesn't mean that you have to just, be in solitude 24 hours of the day. No. It means that you're supposed to be your authentic self, because when you're your authentic self, that's who you attract. Now, being your authentic self doesn't mean that, you be a bully to people. Like, if that's your authentic self, then that needs to change, because being your authentic self doesn't mean by being a bully. It means being able to be yourself, pour into yourself, but then once you pour into yourself, you're still able to pour into other people. There are people out there who can't even pour into themselves and still have the ability to pour into other people. And this is why I say to people who are empaths or anything like that, if you're a caregiver, if you're an empath, if you're anything of that nature, you should always learn to, take care of yourself, put yourself first, right? So Knight of Cups energy. Some of you guys are, artistic. You guys are graceful. Like I said, something to do with you guys following your heart and trusting your intuition and path. For some of you guys, this could be, artistic endeavors or, receiving new financial opportunities. But the world, okay? This is about completion, 10-10. Okay, some of you guys could have completed a cycle. And not only that, what I love about this message, this is a mirrored number. 1221, 1212, angel number 121212, or just seeing 1212, or just 1111, 2222. Okay, this is a mirror number because you guys followed your heart and trusted your intuition and followed the path that you're supposed to take, especially during Pisces season, or you, if anything, you may have Pisces placements, right? But because you guys followed your heart and your intuition, you guys are moving into a cycle of completion. Like, you don't know how beautiful that is to be able to, go through whatever it is that you guys went through. And I know that, a part of our journey is to go through lessons and complete cycles and do all these things. But I don't know why I'm getting the energy that this was a heavy I mean like a heavy cycle. It may not be the end, but it's just, it was heavy. We still have Aries season, you know, until things change, right? But be proud of yourself, you guys, okay? Be proud of, you know, completing the cycle. Be proud of the achievements you're about to receive. Be proud, okay? Be proud of being in fulfillment. A lot of times people don't realize it's not about the money that you have. It's not about the material things that you have, but being spiritually content, okay? Being spiritually rich, being spiritually okay and happy and confident that everything is going to be okay. And people could look at you and say, how dare the collective be happy-go-lucky when they have nothing? And it's like, okay, so what if I have nothing? But look at you. You have it all, and look how miserable you are. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, you have perspective. You see things from a different way, okay? And be proud of yourself with the Six of Cups. Okay, healing, comfort, pleasure, you embracing nostalgia and happiness. Okay, so again, 666, right? When it comes to kindness giving, okay, when it comes to, you know, you receiving financial gifts, even when it comes to, you know, childhood memories, it's like you help people heal certain things about them that they didn't even realize that they needed healing. They didn't realize that they wanted to heal these things. And even when it comes to tapping into your inner child, that's also significant as well. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Wands, a lot of sixes. Okay, like I said, 666 could be very significant. Okay, Jupiter in Leo talks about, you know, receiving abundance in a sense of, you know, your inner child, leadership, that kind of stuff. Listening to your internal wisdom, you know, looking at your little self and being proud of yourself. Okay, looking at your little self and saying to your little self, look what we did. Look how far we've made it. Even if nobody else protected you, I'm so proud to be in the position that I am right now to protect you. You know, like looking at your little self, looking at your bigger self, okay, could be very significant. And, you know, you guys need to be proud of yourself. Okay, be very proud of where you guys are. Be very proud of how far you came. Even if people do not give you your accolades or your, you know, rewards, okay, be proud. Because at the end of the day, in this lifetime, yeah, a lot of people are going through a lot of crap, but also just because a lot of crap is going around in the world doesn't mean that you can't still be happy for yourself. You know, it's okay to take a pause and pause from the world and look at you and say to yourself, you know what? I'm proud of myself. You know what? I've come really far. You know what? Everything that I've been through, it made me who I am today. Okay? And be proud of that, guys. But anyways, I don't want to sound too preachy, okay? Because, you know, yeah. Okay, we moved away from the church, okay? So I'm not trying to sound like a preacher, but again, like when it comes to this message and the passion, I am passionate when it comes to talking to you guys because I see the growth, and that is why I'm saying to be proud of yourself because again, you know, there's a lot that's going on and, you know, you deserve happiness. You deserve to be whole within yourself. You deserve to be able to fix your, you know, nervous system and be in a happy place. Okay, this new season that you guys are moving into, it's about being happy, being grounded, and also being grateful for, you know, where you are and where you're going. Okay, and being able to release what no longer serves you. All right, guys? Anyways, please take what resonates with you. Okay, again, thank you guys for the love, the support. For those who comment that it resonates with them, I appreciate that too. Okay, even if you don't comment, but I see you guys liking and viewing, it's okay. It's all good. It's all love. All right, guys. But thank you guys again. I appreciate it. And again, you know, keep moving, guys. Keep pushing forward. And, you know, if you want to follow me on YouTube and TikTok, I post on both platforms. But yeah, guys, follow me on my website as well, www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. And I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys? I love you guys so much. Happy Friday, okay? And, you know, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. All right? Bye, guys.